Hey guys, what is up? This is Matthew Davis, me once again. Welcome back to the movie review, aka After I Saw. This time it's going to be on The Smashing Machine. This movie is directed by Benny Safdie, part of the Safdie brothers, who directed Good Time and Uncut Gems, two films that are absolutely phenomenal. So it was nice to know that one of the Safdie brothers was going to direct something else, while his other brother is directing another film, I believe. But yeah, in this movie, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson plays Mark Kerr. Mark Kerr. As this is a biopic about his story life, his life with his girlfriend, as well as friends that he's made along the way, while fighting against them, as this movie takes place from the events of 1997 to 2000. I don't know the whole storyline behind Mark Kerr. I didn't even know who he was till this movie came out. And of course, with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson being the star, yeah, you think that would attract some attention, but unfortunately, the movie has been flopping hard. One of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's biggest flops in quite some time. But, this isn't really like a humongously, gargantuan budget movie. Like, it's not a comic book film or anything like that. So it's nice to see Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson star in something more serious. And while I do think the movie is watchable, I can definitely see where criticisms come from when it comes to the overall storyline, because most people haven't really been satisfied about it, but most people have agreed that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, he is pretty strong when it comes to his role. It makes sense, since he himself is a fighter, him playing, something that he in real life has done before, it would make sense. I'm not sure if people are fully satisfied with the casting choice, but the fact that he's doing something more serious, it's nice to see. And when it comes to when he does get serious, I feel like it works pretty well. Especially when it comes to the direction and the way it plays out with his performance. Now, don't expect this movie to be all about fighting and boxing, because that's not entirely the take. As of course, we do see a lot of intense fight sequences. We do see one in the beginning, but then it slowly starts dragging on his personal life, which is understandable. The movie's 2 hours long, though. I didn't really get to see the entire thing because I used the bathroom during the middle part of the movie, and I haven't used the bathroom during a movie since Patriots Day, the movie, and that was in the beginning of 2017. So the fact I've seen so many movies, and this movie's only 2 hours long, which definitely feels that way as you're watching the film. But I usually feel bad when having to use the bathroom during the movie, but this time around, I didn't really feel like I was missing too much. Like, if I was loving everything about what was going on in the movie, then I would, but I definitely see where the faults are coming from, because sometimes when it comes to the drama between The Rock and Emily Blunt, who plays his girlfriend in the movie, yeah, that's kind of where, things don't get handled so well. I'm not sure how it is in the actual story of that, but when it's handled in the movie, especially when it gets to, their last interaction, without getting into spoilers, yeah, I don't know. It could have been handled in a way that felt, like more that we could connect to, because I don't know, it was just kind of like all over the place, like a little, I don't know, that's just how I feel. And well, yeah, we don't really need to see, like, everything that he does when it comes to, like, going from one place to another. Like, there's a part where he looks at a bowl, but that does come back later on. But yeah, I don't know. When I was watching this movie, I was all like, I'm interested to see where the dynamic is going with Mark Kerr, even though I don't really know about him. I feel like if you know more about him, you might be able to appreciate this movie more. Or, if it's not fully accurate to how you see Mark Kerr, then I'm not sure. It might disappoint you. But for someone who just wants to watch a movie involving a man, being a fighter, but also living his personal life, then I feel like, for the most part, it was what it was. I do like Ben Safdie's direction, even though sometimes scenes can drag, especially since sometimes you'll feel like nothing's really going on. But, The Rock's interactions with, from his girlfriend to, friends that he's made throughout his journey, then I feel like that's the highlight of the movie that I feel like works the most, in my point of view. It's definitely far from perfect. There are things that work about the movie. There are definitely things that aren't. I can see why people are split on it. As for someone who kind of knew what he was getting into. I didn't really expect, like, I expected to love this movie more than I did, but I ended up just liking the film. The Rock's really good. Like, even though the movie's flopping, I do feel like this is one of his stronger roles. Something that isn't like another Jumanji film or another kid-friendly comedy or anything like that. It's nice to see something that is a little bit more serious. And oftentimes, I do feel like it works. Not all the time, but I feel like for the most part, he does play a very strong lead here. And that's all that I really cared for. It might not be, the Safdie's best work, even though one of the Safdies is a part of this, but for the most part, it was what it was. I definitely don't feel like it deserved to bomb, but it definitely could have had a lot more justice put into, what it's going for in terms of the 3 years that was going on in Mark Kerr's life. But hey, I ended up just liking it, but man, I wish there could have been so much more to the movie that would make me love it. I really don't have a whole lot to say about this one, because it's one of those movies where, I was looking forward to it, but after hearing, the mixed reception, I don't know, it kind of died down a little bit for me, so, yeah, especially since we're still in the month of October, but, hey, hopefully the Black Phone 2 will be good. I hope that movie is good, because, I don't know, a sequel to Black Phone doesn't make sense, but, yeah. Let me know, did you see the movie? Were you one of those people that actually did go and see it? Let me know, but yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, maybe subscribe for more. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, or maybe Blue Sky, links in the description, and I'll see you guys later. Word out.